You want to jump in? That would be a yes.
Now we can.
That
Now we
would be a
can.
yes. Well, welcome back, man. How are you?
I am good. Another beautiful week.
Yes, it is. Welcome everybody again to the I Shower Afterward podcast. John and I are happy to be back again, audio and video now.
Yes, sir.
Can't promise that every week will be video, but at the moment, Spotify is our platform of choice. And, well, if you want to watch us ugly mugs, or as John would call us, gorgeous specimens. I forget what you said last time. It was weird. It made me uncomfortable, whatever it was. But if you want to see us, folks, you can see us now. So check all that out. Uh, and I'm going to bring it up as we go forward here. But we are obviously coming from the East and West Side job trailers again this week. John, how do you feel about the switch to video before we get going here? How you feeling so far? We're a few weeks in at this point. Is
I
it
enjoy
weird?
it.
It's different, right?
Yeah, it's different. It is also something that we've talked about for years, actually. We're just trying to figure out how to do it in person, which that sounds really odd and vague, but trying to figure out how to video podcast in person.
I think we're literally going to have to do what we're doing, only instead of across town, across the table from each other.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. It's going to be kind of a different setup world. It's going to take more time.
I gotta take some mirrors down to my side of the job trailer. That's for goddamn sure.
Now you know
Or
what
we
I
could
look
just
at
have the
every
one
time.
camera that would show me and John in the background on mirror like cam.
But
But yeah, so you're enjoying it though?
yeah, I am. How are you feeling about it?
Again, as I mentioned last episode, it did kind of get dropped on me a little, even though you said you had investigated to make sure it didn't look like dog shit. Turned out had me dressed kind of nice that week, so it was okay, folks.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's been interesting. We had somebody catch it almost immediately, which was weird because
Pete.
Pete caught it almost immediately. And again, if you hadn't have told me, I probably wouldn't have caught it. I would have heard from somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
yes,
it's nice because it's also given us other social media additions, right?
yes,
So
it's
we're
way
able to pull
easier to put
clips and
posts
stuff.
out, folks. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, so we're getting some views and likes and comments and stuff on that way and engagement, and hopefully that translates into followers and listeners.
Yeah. So if you found us, because we're now on video, just fire us a comment quick and let us know, you know.
Mhm.
And for the people who have been listening for a while and have a chance, maybe get home from work, watch one. I know you're used to listening to them in your earbud at work or whatever, but check it out and see. Uh, my biggest thing so far, it's been painfully obvious. I got to do something behind me on my wall. I mentioned why it is what it is, but don't worry, folks. John has a great camera. I'm dealing off a shitty laptop. We're going to figure something out.
Yeah, it's all in process, man. It's all
Yeah.
in process.
But yeah, thank you for bearing with us, and we hope you enjoyed. If you do, please let us know. John's putting a lot of work into this, and I would love to see him have some comments of, doesn't have to be appreciation, but just simply feedback would be okay. So, dude,
Getting on the spectacles.
yeah, I'm putting on the glasses here, which I notice I should do before I put the headphones on because that was painful.
Yeah.
If you're watching that on the new video, folks, you saw how struggle bus that was. Look, man, so often our episodes, we have these thoughts that just materialize in the moment of things that bother us or something we just want to bring up, usually about the subject of the day, right?
Hmm.
I've been compiling kind of a short list of non-specific ones, and I thought today we just get a few of those out in the open, little cathartic. Now, some of these, obviously, folks, are just opinions or perspectives. It doesn't necessarily mean one of us thinks it's wrong in any way, although some are, and we will point those out. Just shit that bugs us. Do you know what I mean, man?
Right.
Uh, I assume you got a few together after I brought this up.
I have. It's been really hard for me to actually put something together because there's a lot of things out there that I realize they don't bug me, but
Well,
we'll touch on things before.
perhaps as I go through mine, you'll see how petty I am.
Yeah.
And maybe you were thinking of real important things that actually bugged you, and you're like, oh, no, this is just annoying little shit that bugs Jason. Like, yeah, most of
Right.
mine are real petty, man.
Right.
I'll give you an idea where we're heading right off the bat here. Uh, again, doesn't always mean I think it's wrong, folks. Just that for some reason gives me the twitch. You know, the shoulder ups.
Yeah, they
Like,
call that the
it
ick
just
now.
bugs you. It gives you the spidey sense up your spine. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
When someone calls their significant other their partner, if you're not in active business together in some LLC or sole, no, stop saying partner. It sounds like you're going out of your way to not be specific. Oh, you don't want to
Uh,
say girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever. Okay. It bugs me because it sounds so clinical, like a business arrangement, right? I understand if you're saying it because you don't want to use one of the whatever it is these days, gender specific, whatever. I'm not against any of it. You live you, right? It's that it sounds so cold.
yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. If if we're talking about our significant others, um, I call mine my wife, my bride, stuff like that. I've said it to you. I gotta check with the missus, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But calling somebody their your partner, I could never, I could never see myself calling my wife my partner. Yeah, that's strange. You and I are business partners in this podcast,
Right. And if I was to call you
but
my partner in any other context, wouldn't it seem weird?
yeah,
Do you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
That's kind of where I'm getting at with it. I
Yep.
understand your intent of why you're saying partner instead of one of the other terms you can use because it is a little more generic and less whatever.
Stop
If
being
you
PR bullshit about it.
yeah, if you believe in that sort of fucking petty
Right,
eggshell walking shit, right?
right.
It's that it's so like yeah.
Do you think that is because of our age?
In the same here, listen, no, it's not because of our age, okay? And I've got a perfect example of why it's not. I could, in the same vein, say that yes, is it true that my wife and I are lovers? Yep. But if I called her my lover in front of a bunch of people, wouldn't that also be fucking weird?
Okay,
It's
okay.
true, but
You're on.
unnecessary.
I text when I text my wife, right? Um, there's a lot of times it's good morning, lover,
Mm-mm.
right? But if I
That's
were
not
to
you
say
in
that,
public.
but if I were to say that in a group of people, right, that didn't know us, didn't know we were married, and I said, "Yeah, this is my lover." Yee. Yeah, that ain't good.
Awkward, right? Awkward.
Which might be
So,
fun to do.
oh, if you're doing it, yeah, look, you just pointed out something I never thought of. If you're doing it to make people uncomfortable, good on you. I love doing shit like that. I do stuff to bug friends of mine for no reason other than my own enjoyment all the time.
You really do.
I do. I
I'm
was
getting
just
better at
talking.
catching up on it and like not engaging
Yeah,
when it happens, but
I
it's
have
really
been
hard not to.
struggling with you and a couple other friends who are catching on to my cadence a little now. I'm having to I'm having to approach those things at a different way to try to surprise you, and it's not been going my way. You have been really catching on. Yeah. And Nick, our buddy Nick too. Nick
Yeah,
ain't falling for my
Nick's on it.
bullshit no more. Yeah. He knows I'm saying something to fucking start something. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man, you got one?
Um, well,
I
okay,
got more if you
super,
still need to warm up.
super petty, super petty,
Well, I said they're all petty.
right? So, at work, uh, when I when a job is coming down to the finals, right, and you've got the cleaners, and now every big commercial project, you have cleaners that come in at the end of the project and make it all pretty for the customers, right? They clean up everything, they final clean everything. If I'm still working in a room and you come in to do the final clean, get the fuck out of my way. Go. That is
Why are we wasting your
I
time and mine?
I
Yeah.
understand. I understand that you have a job to do and you're contracted to clean this entire place in a certain time frame. So yeah, that's the petty part of me. It's just like I'm more important than you. Get the fuck out of my way. Like get on.
Well, buddy, this might be a whole thing of who can be the most petty because I'm now realizing mine are really petty. But that is why I wanted to just get these out because they're just stupid little things.
Well,
So
I'm just getting started because like
yeah,
I said, I
I
couldn't really come
understand where
up
you're
with anything.
coming from. Yes. I actually think it's so great that we try to clean up after ourselves, even though everyone in the comments is going to say electricians never do. But
Bullshit.
as construction workers, we try to keep things fairly tidy. You don't want to trip over stuff. You don't want to be yelled at for it later, right?
Right.
I like that they have the professional cleaning companies come in at the end,
Oh, absolutely. They need to.
right? I can clean up the carpet that was already laid or the floor, vacuum up behind myself, try to get whatever wood and sheetrock off the floor because they told us to cut in two more receptacles in a clean, finished room, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, if you see me already working in there, maybe not right now,
Yeah.
That
How
seems pretty
about
common sense,
how
right?
about ask me the question how long I'm going to be? Could be 5 minutes, could be 3 hours. Figure it out.
Am I a terrible person that I was trying to think if I know how to ask that question in Spanish? On this week's version of Is It Racist?
Right. We do have to deal with that a lot on
Oh,
construction sites, right?
it's a lot.
And it's no, it's not racist. It's two guys, you and I, like we don't speak Spanish.
I can have a couple of phrases, maybe 12, and I know the response back, but I can't speak it.
Yeah, but are they construction related?
Some of them are,
The
yeah.
the phrases I know are not construction related. Frankly, I could probably piss somebody off, but I don't know how to apologize.
Yeah, a couple of mine are construction related, but most of them are on vacation in a Spanish speaking country questions to make my life easier.
Right.
Most of them are about the comfort of the missus, things about the closest bathroom, etc.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I got that. All right. I'm on the road all the time. I got a couple on the road ones here back to back. I don't understand the full back window on a pickup truck nature scene, eagle soaring, deer head. How much money do you have? They never look great. They make your truck look redneck as fuck. Uh,
They
they can't be
probably are
cheap.
redneck though.
Yeah, yeah, but again, even if they are, what a waste of fucking money. Like, what about a field and a river and pine trees and a deer head on the back, other than the fact that, okay, I know you're a deer hunter, which you could just put a little deer hunter sticker on the back, whatever, right? What about that lifestyle you need to just go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars to put an ugly picture on the back of my truck. It's not the having the picture, it's the waste of
Well,
money for something that gains you what? You're not artistic. You didn't do it yourself.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate,
Please,
right?
South Dakota,
I'd,
Wyoming, go ahead.
I'd say privacy. You can't see in them.
Tint. Tint's cheap as fuck. You can buy it at the auto
Yeah,
parts store and put it in yourself. Tint is
but
cheap as fuck.
okay, so I'm gonna go down a real sexual kind of road here. But even with tint, somebody driving behind me can see if I'm getting head or not. With one of those, you can't. Just saying. Just saying.
You think the kind of dude, I know there's ladies that have these too, but it's mostly dudes. You think the kind of dude that has the soaring eagle picking a salmon out of a river decal taking up the whole back window of his 1998 Dodge Ram F1 like 1500 or whatever, right? You think that guy's getting road hit?
Hey,
Man,
different strokes for different folks, brother.
he's not driving a he's not driving a trailer to
there,
the trailer park. He's driving a pickup truck.
dude, there used to be a there used to be a saying. Some girls in some of these small towns, pig farmers, if you smelled like a pig farm, you were getting laid because they knew you had money.
All
Just
right, fair
saying.
enough. You grew up in a very different world than I did, buddy.
I grew up in cattle country, just so we're
Yes.
all well aware of that.
Yeah, and I grew up in lobster crab
Ocean
country,
country.
ocean country. Yeah. But on the same note, man, and then I'll get back to one for you. People who leave a gigantic gap in stop and go traffic. If I'm ever going to snap for some dumb reason, I've joked about it when we talked to Katie and Nate a while ago.
Right.
It wouldn't be something serious my wife did that made me snap. It'd be something stupid petty like not tearing off the cheese bag top all the way. This would be my real world one.
Right.
Like, why are you here, Mr. McKinnon? You drove that person off the road in your company vehicle. Yeah, yeah, because there was like 10 car lengths in front of their car. Like, yeah, you can leave some space in traffic, but you're letting the whole fucking world in.
Well, and that's the question I had for you. What do you consider gigantic? Because some people, like myself,
If a semi can pull in front of you, that's too much. If
it is
that
quite a
gap is
bit.
so far that a semi who was trying to cheat the line came up and pulls, nah, that's too much. And I see it all the time.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. It's getting worse.
Again,
Now,
folks, you got to
I'll
get the petty thoughts out so you don't like.
I'll personally leave 1, 2 car lengths, and then I'm not constantly riding my brakes. Just
Sure.
saying.
Right.
But
And I mean, it also, I give people credit, all right? I'm not oblivious. It depends on the car in front of them.
Right.
There are certain vehicle brands and ages that they're if in front of me, they're getting a wider berth.
Yeah, if they're doing stupid shit.
Tesla's getting a wider berth. Car that costs more than $150,000 off the showroom floor is getting a wider berth.
Nah.
If I can't see around you, you're getting a wider berth.
Yeah, if you got a bigger rig, I'm gonna give you a little bit more room.
Right. And I appreciate that nobody wants to pull in behind me. You can't
Right.
see through my vehicle, folks.
Right.
You get behind me, you're seeing my taillights.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're seeing. Like, I get it.
Yep. You're driving a big wall.
Right. But if you're in a, fuck, I don't know, Chevy Cavalier, like Honda Civic, pull up behind the car in front of you. Even if you run into them because you weren't paying attention, which you're probably not, the damage you're doing is nothing. Like,
Minimal. Right.
you're leaving that big a gap because you want to protect your $1,500 investment. I mean, I guess I can't hate on you, but fuck off a little bit.
No,
All right, buddy.
I don't prejudice on that, on the type of vehicle that is. If it's a bigger truck, I'll back off a little bit more. But if it's any car, I don't care if it's a Lambo, because we got them around here. We got Lambos and Ferraris and Corvettes and everything. Now I ain't gonna give you special treatment. You think you're special enough already. I'm not gonna add to your ego.
All right, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When you're making that comment, what vehicle are you behind the wheel of?
Mine, my personal truck.
Your personal truck. I'm talking about the company vehicle.
Oh, well, that changes the entire
Yeah,
game.
hold on. Just to be clear, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
but
if
I
we're
knew
going,
from the way
okay,
you were
yep,
so
we were,
fucking cavalier about it. You're like, well, you're talking about your own goddamn pickup. Sure, I can drive like more of a aggressive cunt if I'm fucking in my own truck. Sure, I can't do that with the company vehicle. Like
right. No,
the rolling
and
billboard, right?
okay, so when it comes to vehicles, we were talking apples and oranges. Yeah, if we go apples to apples, if I'm in the company truck, I'm gonna give them a little bit of girth. I'm not gonna make the world open up for them.
Did
You
you
know what I mean?
say girth
Girth
with? You
with
said girth with a G. You meant birth.
birth. Yeah, I meant birth. You're right.
I
Thanks for
only knew that you
correcting that.
made a mistake because the thought of you giving anything girth surprised me. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, got to work with what you
Sorry, it's
got.
been a
Just
long
saying.
time since I gave you some shit, right?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But no, look, dude, in my own vehicle, if there's a semi worth of distance in front of that car, I'm just gonna pass that car.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right.
But you do
And then
that in your
get the fuck
company
over.
vehicle and you're driving like a maniac, right?
Right.
That's how phone
Exactly.
calls happen when all three sides of my company vehicle have the phone number of the company right there.
Yep.
So,
Mine doesn't. Just saying.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback off of you with the whole driving aspect. I know it doesn't cause a lot of problems, almost none. But for the love of God, stop signs and red lights are stop signs and red fucking lights. I don't give a shit if you're turning right, if you're going straight, if you're turning left. I don't care. They are stop signs and stop lights. Come to a stop. Not this rolling stop, roll through bullshit. Like, you are going to kill somebody. It's probably going to be you because you're going to get T-boned right in the driver's door. Like,
Yeah.
it's, oh my God.
The epidemic of people burning red lights now.
It's horrible. It's gotten so bad.
Every time. Every time I'm sitting at a light now and I've got the green, another car and a half goes through.
Yep. I love when I'm in my personal truck. I love doing this to people. I will double pedal. It's the only time I'll double pedal drive. But I'll lunge my truck out when I get the green light. I will lunge it out into that interstate, slam on the brakes really hard. Like, just to fuck with those people coming through that, I will get them to screech. I don't care.
Attaboy.
And if they hit me, they hit me. They ran the red. Not my fault.
That's what insurance is for, buddy.
Right. But at the same
That's a good one, man. That's good.
I'm going to give everybody a very detailed explanation of this. I was driving from work. I was going home. I have to drive from the job site. I have to get on 12th Street in Minneapolis, right? Go through 12th Street all the way down, and then it goes right on to 35W, right? 35W South. That's one road, takes you all the way there, right? I watched this white Ford Tempo Toyota. I don't even fucking know. It was this little white car. Drive on the left lane, drive up, and we hit every red light, every single one, right? He pulled up, came to a crawl, and then just drove through the red light. Came to the next red light, crawled, drove through it. Like, didn't even care.
No cop, no stop, buddy.
Yep.
It's
And
the
the
way of the
cops
world
ain't
now.
going to do anything about it.
The way of the world now. No cop, no stop.
It's such bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking aggravating, buddy. I can get on that one with you. Yeah, that's and I mean we have so often complained about traffic related things because we see it so often. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Uh,
We're on the road a lot.
we're on the road a lot, so we see more than the average person with that who just drives to work and home on what is for most people virtually the same route depending on traffic or whatever, right?
Right.
Uh, so quick side tangent, buddy. Did you enjoy the St. Patrick's Day party my missus and I put on? Did you have a good time? You seem to be having fun.
Oh, it was a great time. It is the smallest party I think you guys have ever hosted.
We did try to keep this one real reasonable. Anybody listening who didn't get an invite, you're either out of town or, yeah, we were just trying to make it relaxed.
I'm sorry my missus couldn't join.
She was off
She was
hanging out
having
with
a
her girlfriends on
blast.
a girls' trip. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
they
for
were
her.
having a
Yeah,
blast. Um, but yeah, it was nice to see some people that I haven't seen in a while. Nice to chat it up. It was a good time.
yeah. Well, and for those of you who don't don't mow. Interesting. Uh, second recording, folks. Had a few drinks, etc. For those of you who don't know, our media manager is Ashley John's beautiful bride. If you haven't noticed, John's face definitely shows up more prominently in the videos now that we've gone to video for our posts. I mean, she can't help it. She loves her husband. She wants to put more of his face forward. Just, I wanted to
Shut the
actually
fuck
know on
up.
the record, I forgive you. I know that you're putting John's face out more because you love him and everything. It's okay. I totally understand. I don't feel bad at all. No hard feelings.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. They're getting more traction. Just saying.
I just had to get that out there quick. All right, this one's mostly just for myself, but in the hopes that someone else has felt this way, maybe I could help someone feel better about themselves. I resisted. We've talked before. I'm an Apple guy. You're an Android guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've resisted using AirPods forever. I just didn't like the way they looked. They didn't seem like they'd stay in. It reminded me too much of the scene from Something About Mary with the stuff hanging out of her ear. I
Right.
actively avoided. I've been vocally avoid. I
Yep.
bought a set before my trip to go see a buddy here recently.
Yeah.
Man, they're fucking convenient and they sound good and they attach to my phone and they read my text messages to me. I'm really annoyed about how
Perfectly,
much I
right?
like them. I
Yeah.
am annoyed about how much I like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
They
could have
sync
done
up. They do everything that they're supposed to do.
I could have done this years ago, and because of my own stupid stubbornness, I didn't. And now I'm looking back on why did I waste all that money on fucking shitty earbuds for so fucking long?
Yeah. And, you know, being the tech head, I will honestly, and I've always said, and I probably said it on here multiple times, if you have a device, the accessories that you need to get need to belong to the same family of device, right? Aftermarket watches, aftermarket earbuds, aftermarket whatever don't sync correctly to your device.
Right.
You lose functionality, right? That's why I have a Google Pixel. I'm an Android guy. I have a Google Watch. I have Google earbuds. Everything syncs nice. That does what they're supposed to. That's why. So
Yeah,
good call. Good on
I'm
you.
back on it. Now, I do have one gripe about it, though, other than the fact that I should have done it years ago, nothing but my own foolish stubbornness and not looking into how much more functional they would be stopped me from having that before. Make another color.
Yeah.
Let me buy black. Let me
Yeah.
buy anything other than white.
Yeah. I think
Honestly, if my choices had been white and neon pink, I probably would have bought the pink ones.
that's funny. No, you
Do you know
wouldn't
what I
have.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I think Apple's finally starting to go that route, if I'm not mistaken, but I
I
think
hope so.
everything's still pretty white.
I hope so.
I mean, their phones are changing colors, but their phones don't change much, period.
And I should have looked this up, but how many, if you were just to guess, how many people keep their phone as is and how many people put a case on? I got to think most people are case in some way, shape, or form, right?
I mean, you got to protect the phones no matter what. I mean, it's pretty easy to break them.
But there's people that say they were designed the way they're designed because it's the optimum functionality and weight, and that could be true.
Oh, absolutely. But have you taken your phone out of the case recently and felt how slippery that damn thing is?
Yep. Only because
Like,
I recently got a new phone because my battery wouldn't hold a charge. And if you work in service, folks, and your phone starts to go crazy, just go get a new phone quick. Don't think it's going to be okay. It turns into a hassle.
right.
Which was also my public service announcement about AirPods before I move on. If you think you're not going to like something for a specific reason, don't just do it out of bias. You might be stopping yourself from fully enjoying your technology out of some stupid belief, like me,
Yeah,
that AirPods were weird, right? Uh,
absolutely.
where was I going with that? We were talking about AirPods and Apple. Oh, I did send you a video recently though. I want to get your feedback on. Somebody had a image of one of the new Android phones that can fold in half.
That's a Samsung. Yep.
So it can go to a phone to kind of a double phone tablet. It opens up or whatever. And I
Mhm.
sent you a video with the caption saying, "I think the Apple versus Android debate has finally been finished because someone was using the fold in their phone to pour weed into a joint cone." I
Right.
was like, well, I could get behind that. I know I've been real anti-Android, but that's kind of a good point. That's
Apple is
certainly,
talking about making a foldable, so watch out for that.
I don't know if I could go to a foldable phone. I lived in the era of flip phones. It's novel to people.
Right.
Slightly bigger, open it up, mini tablet. Yeah, okay, I got it. I lived in the world of flip phones. I don't want a flip phone no more. I'm out.
Right. I had a razor.
I
Like,
remember when the only game was Snake.
yep. I
And if you
dude,
don't know what I'm talking about,
you know,
man,
from
you're young.
from what I'm hearing some rumors that they're actually going to try to bring back the Motorola razor.
People will buy it.
Yeah. Yep.
People will definitely buy it.
Dude, do you remember when cell phones used to have removable batteries?
I do. I remember when they were the size of a brick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I remember when they got to the point that they were so small that people started to lose them more often and they went back to a reasonable size. But that was also around the time you needed screen space for apps and video and the technology caught up to the right.
Right.
All right, man.
Yep.
Yes, I know we took a real turn there from the AirPods thing. What
That's
else you
funny.
got?
Uh so I am so sick and tired of people asking for advice and then not taking it. There are so many people in my life that ask for advice and then they never take it. I'm going to stop giving it. And then when they ask for advice again, I'm going to just look at them and go, figure it the fuck out. You ain't going to listen to me anyway. My words are wasted on you. Move on.
Okay, stop. No, no. Friendship moment here, buddy, okay?
I'm not
This
saying
is gonna
you.
this is gonna be on the recording. Did you say this is me?
No, I said this isn't you.
Oh, okay. This
You
hey,
don't do
this
this. No,
yeah,
no, no.
this ain't me.
No, no,
No,
no.
no. But even knowing that it's not me, I didn't assume it was. Uh, someone asks you for your opinion most of the time, not you personally, but anyone in general, because they respect you. People will always be leaning one way or the other, but just because someone doesn't take your advice, they came to you knowing you would have a different perspective of what they currently thought or were leaning towards. Don't think of that as a negative. It
Nope.
just means you give bad advice.
No, no. It's the time. I understand that I am not the smartest man in the world, and I do give some bad advice that doesn't apply to certain situations. I'm talking about the ones that ask for advice. I give the advice, they don't do it, and then the problem occurs if it would that wouldn't have happened if they would have just taken my advice.
Yep,
You
that's
see it,
different.
we
That's
see it
different.
in live action, like it happens. And then they bitch about what happens. It's like, I gave you the fucking way out, dude. It may have been
Although,
uncomfortable, but I gave you the
although,
way out.
although to steel man the position twice here, I hate to do that, but I'm gonna. Isn't there something warm inside that comes up with you when you know you told a friend, spouse, family member, coworker, boss, whatever, in advance that X was going to be a problem or an issue? And then when it turns out to be that, and you come to you and go, what are we going to do about this? You get to sit back and go, I don't know. Why didn't you ask John from 3 months ago when I told you this was going to be a problem?
I
I
mean,
do enjoy those nice warm moments of, I fucking told you.
yeah, there's a lot of I told you so's, right?
If people don't listen to your advice occasionally, you get zero I told you so's, and they're valuable, in my
Yep.
opinion. I
Yep.
like an I told you so occasionally. I don't
Yep.
live off it, but they're a nice little fuzzy worm like, yeah, I fucking told you.
Yeah. I
It
saw that
wasn't.
coming. You
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
And you can't say you didn't know
Right.
because, again, I fucking told you. So
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
And then there's the things for me, man, that I thought were everybody.
Hmm.
And when I find out it's not everybody and it's actually a problem and I hadn't addressed it because I just assumed everybody was like me, those things bug the hell out of me.
Like what? What do you
So,
got?
for an example, I'm gonna remember the term here in a minute. I'm a little fuzzy at the moment, folks, but the term will come to me. Uh, I assumed that everyone only really could breathe out of one of their nostrils at any given time. Always?
Deviated septum.
Thank you. I just recently found out I have a deviated septum. I thought everybody just could only breathe out of one of their nostrils at the same time.
Nope.
Dude, how many sports would I have been better at? How many more fights would I have won if I could breathe normally
Breathe.
like a human being? I thought this was just what everybody dealt with.
Yeah, you probably got it from an impact sport to begin with.
Oh, I'm sure. Folks, I've taken pucks to the head, soccer balls to the head, kicks and punches to the head ad nauseum. Like it probably happened from something like that. Luckily, I don't know how. Do I have any wood? Yes, I have wood to knock on right behind me, the whole wall. Oh, as the dog freaks out. Note to
Ah,
self, don't knock on
don't
the
do
wall when you're
that.
recording. Ripley, our producer, freaks the fuck out. Yeah, I didn't realize that not everybody was dealing with that.
I don't deal with that. Never
I'm
have.
I'm gonna have to talk to a doctor. And from what I've been reading since I discovered it was not a normal thing, and I think it's pretty easily correctable.
It is.
I've been dealing with this for decades. I just thought, well, everybody does that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you do? I mentioned to a friend of mine very recently, and they're like, that's a medical thing they can just fix. Like it's not supposed to be like that. I'm like, no, it's everybody with all the confidence in the world. 10 toes in the
No.
dirt, stood up, and went, no, everybody. No, it's not.
Oh,
Wait,
funny.
no, it's not. Fuck, no, it's not.
No, no, it is
So,
not, brother. I'm sorry. You
so
have two nostrils for a reason.
Right, yeah. So two in a row, folks. Don't limit yourself on technology and things because you think it's weird, and don't just assume that your physiological issue that annoys you all the time isn't a normal thing. It's probably easily correctable and could have been literally decades ago.
Right. Right. I'm dude. So I got those insoles for my plantar fasciitis, and I'm right there with you. Like my right leg has always been like almost a half inch shorter than my left.
Okay.
So it's always kept my hips out of level. Dude, you know how good my back feels now after a month of having them? Oh my God.
I'm
My
very
lower
happy to
back
hear
pain.
that. Didn't we get a comment about that from somebody?
Yeah. Yeah. And she was right. Like she stated on there that the inserts are a band-aid and it is super treatable. So good on her.
That wasn't Leanne from Livewell, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. I just want to make
It was
sure
a
we did. Yeah. If I
it
thought
was a
about, we
local
give her a
gal,
proper
I
shout out.
think.
Okay. Beauty.
It was a local gal, I think.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, we talked about it before, right? Those little simple things can make all the difference in the world, right? Like,
Well, and
look,
I knew
public
about it.
service, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Public service announcements, folks. I used to randomly have a thrown out back, I don't know, 3 times a year. That for anybody who's thrown their back out, it's shitty for a week or two or three or a month. Like sometimes it lingers, especially if you got to keep going to work. Uh, Ever since I took my goddamn wallet out of my back pocket and carry it in my front pocket since the last 5 years now, the only time it happened is when I legitimately threw my back out. Like
Right.
when looking back, going, of course you did, because you did 300 of that same thing within an hour-long period. Of course you threw your back out. And that was a sport, folks. That wasn't some sort of sexual flex, promise. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If you're having back problems occasionally, take your stupid wallet out of your pocket and put it in your front pocket or your coat pocket or your vest pocket. It
right.
tilts your fucking back and eventually you'll have problems.
Yeah, it rocks your pelvis.
Yeah, so old
It's
man
huge.
talk for the day. Like, yeah, take that shit
And
out of there.
What I was gonna say is I've known about my leg length difference since my 20s, since I got my very first X-ray, and they said that I needed back surgery to fix it. I'm like, yeah, no, get bent. That ain't happening. But I've known
Well, just
about
have
it
a
since then.
cool limp.
Right. And then getting those inserts, they made the one thicker to adjust for that. And oh my God, I'm in heaven.
Every time your head is tilted to the little side going forward, I'm going to be like, hey, man, did you forget your insoles today?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a new fun thing for me.
Yeah. It has to go this way.
Yeah. So on the note of just getting stuff out, last few episodes or whatever are my new segment, which I'm hoping eventually you might jump in on, but you don't have to, buddy. What I've been calling Is It Racist? It's not always racist, folks. And again, none of it I mean negatively. Sometime you might the question might be, as it is today, is it sexist or discriminatory or homophobic? I don't mean in a negative, folks. I'm literally asking questions that pop into random people's minds to get it out in the ether that sometimes just a question in your head isn't negative. It's just a question that pops in your head. For example, uh, two very nice gentlemen that live 4 or 5 houses down from me, older gay couple. They might be in their early 60s.
Okay.
I find myself wondering, how do you decide who does shit around the house?
Oh, you're
You
talking
spin a
gender
wheel like
roles.
Wheel of Fortune,
Oh
gender
my
roles, right?
God.
I don't mean it negative. Like I'm not sexist or homophobic, or anything, but I mean, it came to my mind like, how do you figure it out? Do you put them all in a wheel and spin it? Do you randomly, or is maybe one person is just more interested in construction versus yard work versus cleaning versus whatever? Maybe it's that. But the
I
thought had
I would
crossed my
imagine.
mind. I wish I was better friends with them. I would have asked them the question.
I think that's a legitimate. I actually got a couple of gay friends back home. I should text him that question.
It,
You're like,
it
who
could just be a
decides to do what?
personality thing, right?
Yeah.
Someone is more inclined towards physical construction. Someone's more inclined. I like getting the yard to look good and flowers and plants. Right. Like, yes, that's why the whole idea of this, section of questions is it, is it racist? It's not, but like, is it okay to ask these questions? Don't feel bad when weird questions pop in your mind. Like, I would like to ask my neighbors. I wish I knew them better.
Right. I tell you what, I kind of see your point there. A little bit of sexist.
Yeah, right, like yes, it's asking about gender roles, which are all already not okay to define based on male and female, right?
Right.
So says the world today.
Right.
I'm evil because I suspect one is leaning one way and one is leaning the other, right? But when there is no difference in that, that was my
Right.
question in my head. Like,
You know, it's
like
so funny. I'm going to throw this out there because this is super honest. When it comes to gender roles, right? Like it's a no conversation. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. Sit down, Sally. So between me and my wife, right? I asked Ashley about this, and I'm like, hey, like, let's talk about this gender role thing. She's like, no, absolutely not. She's like, I'm not going to. I don't want to mow the lawn. I don't want to take out the trash. I don't want to fix things. No, no. And I'm like, okay, so we're on the same page. That was the end of the conversation. She's like, you do the boy things, I'll do the girl things.
well, and I just realized I left out kind of an important key fact here that just dawned on me. Uh, there's also the things that just go without saying.
Right. There
So
is.
for example, I just realized as we were talking about this, I have never the entire time I've been married to my wife, living in the same household with her, taken the trash out from the laundry room.
Really? Never have.
Never. And it magically gets taken care of, which obviously is magic. It's obviously her doing it. It
Huh.
just dawned on me. That's one of the like obvious things. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It
Fair enough.
just, yeah, I've never, she, when it gets full, she definitely takes it out because I've never emptied that fucking thing. And we throw in lint and old containers with like, clothes washing solution and stuff in it all the time.
Right.
I've never ever emptied that. That's one of the like, so that's yeah, it goes
Yeah.
without saying. That would be a pile of stuff in my laundry room if she had never done that.
Right.
That's
Right.
almost 20 years of marriage, folks. She just takes care of that one.
Yeah.
Now, in my defense, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Put a garbage bag in, take it out once in a while when it gets full, like sure, right? I think my
Probably doesn't
missus,
even register in your mind to look at it.
it I know it's there because I do clean out the lint trap because some weird thing about me, I don't know why. I've never been involved in a dryer or a lint fire accident.
Hmm.
Something about how I was raised, the same way people thought that quicksand was going to be a bigger problem in their life, I am over the top diligent to make sure there ain't no lint in the lint trap in the dryer. For some reason, my brain is like, fucking house is going to burn down.
Yeah. Well, you have a right. You have a right because that involves like 60% of house fires.
Uh,
That's a very large number.
I will say I rolled my eyes at my missus years ago because she gets a company to come in a couple times a year and clean out all the lint traps and the ducts and everything. I rolled my eyes for years, like, what a waste of money. Nah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Glad she takes care of that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
good on you.
So there we go. You got anything else, buddy?
Um, Not really.
Not really. Well, I'm gonna bring up one other real quick one, and then before I do that though, I want to shout somebody out from a previous episode here. Uh Recently, I don't remember what the topic of conversation was, but I brought up a business locally here that I accused of being a front.
Oh yeah,
The furniture store. It's a cat
yeah,
furniture store.
yeah.
Well, through an amazing coincidence in the universe, folks, very recently I was working at said store. The owner, Daryl, shout out Daryl, he was a real great dude. I had explained to him this exact thing that we had brought it up on an episode that I'm like, well, that can't be a real place. It's definitely a front. How much cat furniture can there be? Listen, Daryl is successful as hell. He had some people from the news come in years ago to do something about small businesses locally. They also thought it was a front. He told me that too.
Too
Played it
funny.
up, had one of his employees hand him a satchel all wrapped in duct tape and clear plastic, as if something he played it up. So, anyways, it was a great time.
Oh, that's
Shout out to
great.
Daryl. What a small world. I actually ended up working at that business.
Good on you, Daryl. I'm happy
Uh,
he's successful. I'm happy it's going well for
yeah, you know, we had a long talk about it. Started out, got himself in at the state fair here, and obviously it makes sense in retrospect. Lots of people have cats. He makes quality furniture. They're not sponsoring our episode or anything, folks. But if you do need a well-made piece of cat furniture by a local person, the Furniture Store in St. Paul. Check it out.
him. We may have to
Daryl
go
will
see
be
him.
happy to help you out. Yep. Uh, I've mentioned this before, man, but I'm going to wrap up on one that I feel needs to be talked about just one more time and only quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
The what I called before, and I continue to use the same term, the epidemic of terrible mustaches on young men continues.
Oh, it's getting bad, isn't it?
Dude, they all look like cops from 80s movies or that they're just about to join the fire department.
Yeah, the highway patrolman.
Do you
Yeah,
maybe I obviously I'm not a young person interested in the male gender. Maybe that's what they think is good now, but man, I look at it and go, that's a terrible, terrible fashion choice. It looks awful to me. It doesn't mean it does to them, but man, like I know fashions come back and trends and things, but I just see them with these awful porn star mustaches, as we called them in the other episode.
yep,
I don't understand, man.
yeah.
Stop with like shave that shit off or grow a beard like a human being.
We had a kid on the job site not too long ago have one. I looked at him straight faced. I'm like, "Your girlfriend's okay with that?" He's like, "Nah, she doesn't really like it." And I'm like, "I can understand why. You should probably get rid of it or grow it out further."
If your significant other doesn't like how something looks on you and you want that other person to like the way you look, that's pretty easy math in my head,
It really is. If you
right?
care
Like,
about their opinion, yeah,
yeah,
you should.
about once a month, I'm curious to shave my beard off entirely. Saturday morning, I'll be getting up out of the shower. I'm like, ah, maybe we should just start from scratch. We'll grow it back quick. My hair grows fast, folks. And then I remember the last time I did it and how upset my missus was. And went, well, I'm not interested in her looking at me funny for the next 4 weeks. So no,
Right.
I'll just keep doing what she likes and not actively doing something that I think might be cool or good or comfortable. Pass. Hard pass.
I'm pretty sure that I'd have a revolution in my house if I did it. Nobody has ever seen me without facial hair, ever. Not one of my kids, not my wife. pretty sure there'd
We
be a
tr
revolt.
we tried to do this as a bet a long time ago, and you wouldn't even take the bet about shaving.
No.
What would this cost? Don't be crazy. I'm not a millionaire.
What would it cost?
What could I physically hand you in a little white nondescript envelope full of cash?
Nothing.
Come on,
Nothing. Nothing.
that's not true.
Nope. Nope. You can't pay me enough to do it.
That's
There's
not
you don't
that's
have enough money.
no, I don't. I don't, right? But be realistic. I mean, you're gonna take $5,000. Come on.
Nope.
Uh, come on.
Nope. 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 I'm sorry, man. You're never gonna get high enough.
Look, first of all,
2.3 mil?
first
Yeah,
of all,
sure.
you must be high if you think you're not going to shave. And look, we're on video now, buddy. People can look at you and realize that Corsair Pirates of the Caribbean looking mustache goatee thing you got going. You can grow that back in a few weeks. You're not going to take 5 grand. Get the fuck out of here.
Nope. I'm
I
sorry,
would.
man. You
If
want
I
to know
brought
why?
my missus 5 grand and said, "Hey, the trade-off is I got to shave, but it'll grow back." Come on. I'm
You want to
asking your
know?
missus this question.
You want to know why I won't? Dead
I
honest.
do. Yes,
Dead
please.
honest.
Sell me.
This is why I won't. Because when I
Dead
shave,
ass, as the kid would say.
yeah, when I shave off, I look exactly like my biological father and my brother. And come hell or high water, that ain't happening.
It's really funny, man. When you said when I shave it off, I look exactly like. I had a bunch of other things that were going to come before that.
Yep, that is why.
All right. Fair enough, buddy. All right. Well, thanks for
And
listening,
I might
folks.
not
Oh,
have a full beard like you. I do have this like Russian kind of hair. I'm not exactly sure where I get my my beard and mustache from. Some part of genetic makeup is broken in my family. I'm sorry.
is there any Greek women in your
Mm-mm.
genealogy? Sorry. Shout out to the Greek ladies.
Nope.
No. All right.
Nope.
Uh, well, that's a fun way to end there. Just to alienate a whole group of females for no reason. No, I grew up around some Greek women and they're they have full heads of hair, even below the eyebrows sometimes. All right. Thanks everybody for listening to the Bitch Fest today. That's all this was, just to get some things out there, be a little cathartic, and I don't know, just
Get
get
the
those,
dark thoughts on
to
it.
get the dark thoughts. Not even dark, just get the weird thoughts out of our heads. If you have any weird thoughts, please reach out and let us know. We are more than happy to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, check out everything that is isawpodcast.com. There you'll find our socials, the Buy Us a Beer tab if you want to support this show and be named a sponsor of an upcoming episode. Also, the Be a Guest tab if you'd like to join us for a future recording. You can also reach out with feedback on episodes. Text us at 507-607-ISAW. It's 507-607-472 line. 4729 is how an adult would say it if he wasn't rushing, because John gave me grief about the copy being too long. You could leave us a message there and maybe even be featured in a future episode. All right, that's the biz. We'll get back to it here. Buddy, fun to talk about the little petty annoyances.
We all have them, right? As humans, we all have them.
It's why
Like
I wanted to talk about it. So it's okay to have these stupid little things that bug you. Talk to people about it. Get it out of your head. You'll feel
right,
way, way better. I feel way, way better already. Cathartic, folks. Very, very
a
cathartic. You
little
love it.
bit, yeah.
If I was to put you on the spot, which I like doing sometimes at the end of these episodes,
You always do.
sometimes it's great copy and sometimes it gets a little squirrely at the end because you
Mhm.
stutter step. What would be my biggest annoyance to you?
Ooh.
Dun,
Um, really ain't got one.
come on now, I got one. You better have one, or it's just gonna be one side, and I'll feel bad here.
You're gonna have to be one-sided because there's a lot of things that you do that bug me, but not in a bug me way. Like nothing
Fun
I
bug, not negative bug.
yeah, like I nothing drives me fucking crazy. I'm pretty even
I'm the
keel.
same way. Nothing drives me crazy. In the whole spirit of this, remember I said it was real petty,
Yeah,
and not. But there's negative. It bugs me, makes me upset, and then there's funny bugs me that I just kind of laugh about it.
sure.
You can't refer to your bride. You were, I believe, mentally and physically and emotionally incapable of referring to Ashley, whom I love to death, without using the word beautiful. It's not a negative thing. It's the way you feel about your missus, but you have zero other adjectives to refer to your wife. It's always beautiful. I'm not the only one who's noticed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm okay with that. She is
Yes.
gorgeous and beautiful and hot
Again,
and
no,
sexy.
see,
Absolutely.
perfect. Look, you just used another one. Good for you. Maybe
I do have
thesaurus.
a vocabulary.
Yeah, maybe just thesaurus, a few extra words that mean attractive. Just going for it.
Now, understand that there is a difference between, and I've had this conversation with Ashley. If a woman is called hot and a woman is called beautiful, two different respect levels, right?
Yes,
I have a
certainly.
lot. I have a lot less respect for somebody that's called hot
Yep,
than I do
I
you.
I agree with that.
So
You could,
that's where
but
we
you could
fix it.
say, but you could say gorgeous,
Oh, I do.
lovely, lovely,
Man, that's just kind of lovely.
becoming.
Doesn't reach the level that I needed to.
You know what I'm going to tell you? We're going to end on this. Ask your missus before we next record and see how she feels about the word lovely.
Oh, true.
I don't think it carries the weight with you and me that if you were to say it to her, she's like, that's pretty great. Ask her. See if
Yeah.
lovely carries. I will do the same with my missus. Recap, folks. We'll come back to this.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, man, for sitting down again for another week, man. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Everybody out there, thanks for hanging in with us in this kind of really messed up, unorganized kind of bitch fest that we had going on here.
Yeah, this is just a get out the thoughts bitch fest today. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah, we really do. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. Remember, your work keeps the world working, as we always say every week. Brother, thanks again, sir. Sláinte.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody.